Heartland's finest insurance companies, so they can do more for you than you can, and all for a small down payment and easy monthly terms. Call Yale Insurance Agency at 427-6322 and see what they can do for you. Make an appointment to see one of the representatives at either the Loop offices or in the convenience of your own home. And call tonight, 427-6322. Do yourself a favor and call the Yale Insurance Agency.
Brad Palmer back at the Winnipeg Arena for the third period of play, along with Anna Stukas, the general manager of the Winnipeg Jets, who has been offering his expert commentary during this game. And there's a shot of the booth. Now we can wave to the folks. That's my hand, you see. And there's our producer, Dudley Freeman, giving a wave. We're high atop the Winnipeg Arena, where they played the third game of that Russian Team Canada Series, or if you will, the National Hockey League All-Star Series, because nobody from the World Hockey Association was represented.
Hey, Pete, and you know, this rink actually was the home of the Canada's national team, the original they had, where Father Bauer brought in, where a lot of the colleagues that were going to school here at the University of Manitoba and the University of Winnipeg playing hockey for the national club, and this was the one that was disbanded in Hockey Canada. It's an involved kind of a thing, but we did have the Canada's national team based here. We've had some great games against the Russians and the Czechs and the Swedes here in the past, and this is one of the things that the fans here in Winnipeg appreciate about the Jets. You may have noticed in that second period, they did start throwing that around, and the way somewhat akin, everybody thinks that the Russians invented that passing look about it, but this is the way hockey used to be played before expansion, when teams like the New York Rangers, Montreal Canadiens, and some of those other great clubs that they had in the 30s and 40s were. There's some of the fans, the type of fan, the older one, that does appreciate the type of hockey that's going out here. You know, a lot of people thought that when the World Hockey Association got going, it'd be a kind of a blood and thunder league. But outside of the couple of minor penalties that we have had tonight, it has been a wide open, clean game. Very little play at center ice. Most of the play in the other teams' end. In other words, both clubs are moving the puck. Both clubs are getting their chances. And I think the second period shots on goal would show you how the trend has gone. Because even now, Chicago have outshot the Jets 16-9. In two periods, they've had 27 shots against 17, and the score is 3-0, an indication that Ernie Wakely is doing his job. And I might add, it's a good thing that Jim McLeod on his toes in the last few minutes, when bit by bit the Jets start taking over as the Cougars try to play catch-up hockey.
And there's some future Bobby Hull fans maybe waiting around for an autograph.
These are our usherettes. They haven't got quite, the uniforms aren't quite complete, but Johnny Ladner, the executive vice president of the Cougars, was telling us that girls were the best thing as usherettes. We believed him, and he didn't have any choice in picking them with that very discerning eye that he has. And there's Mr. Hall at his usual trade these days, not hockey, but sending autographs.
Not only that, but that's Reggie Fleming in the penalty box, and he's signing autographs too. What a friendly. Bobby Hall, I'm telling you, of course in Chicago, he's the last player to leave the locker room. He was the last player to leave the Chicago Stadium. He'd come up after just about everybody had gone home. He'd have 100 people waiting for him. He would sign autographs. He's been doing that in Winnipeg, and of course we'll be talking with Bobby right after this hockey game. They tell me that yesterday when the Jets worked out at that same rink with the Cougars, it was a grade school rink, but a very fine rink. In fact, they've got a Zamboni ice machine there. They told me he sat there after that hockey practice and signed autographs for busloads of school kids for an hour and a half.
Well, they have an enrollment of 477, and somehow or other he came up with 500 autographs.
Okay, second period underway. Bordelot gets the stopper. It comes back to Chicago. 3-0 Winnipeg. And a minute 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Fleming. Third period. I guess I call it something else. For third period, 3-0 Winnipeg. And the Hawks will be at a man disadvantage for the next minute and 5 seconds. For Siviat, into the boards. For Siviat now tries to clear. That's Glenn Wright, number 23 for Chicago. He tries to get it out, but it's held in there instead by Winnipeg. By Bowden. Centers for Sutherland, but overshoots him. Goes almost through the crease. Comes out to the point to Horning. Now to Sutherland. Sutherland, number 10 for Winnipeg. Out to Bordelaw. Shot escape. Saved by McLeod. Rebound, but not far enough for Sutherland to reach. Comes out to center ice. Glenn Wright dumps into the Winnipeg zone. No icing, of course. Into the corner it comes. Bordelaw back for Winnipeg. Chris Bordelaw, the former Blackhawk. 9 goals for Winnipeg this year. Bordelaw at center ice. Gives it right wing now. And broken up instead by Glenn Wright. And we've got inside.
In the World Hockey Association
25 seconds to go on the penalty to Reg Fleming for Chicago.
Alberta.
Winnipeg leads 3-0. And there you see the time.
And Philadelphia 5, Los Angeles 4.
And the Cougars now going to change lines. Number 17's getting into your picture, along with number 9, Rosie Pema. Number 17 for Chicago is Bob Stasinski. Number 17 for Winnipeg, Danny Johnson. They'll be facing off just outside the Chicago blue line. Ball comes back to Winnipeg. Zanussi has it and has it slapped all the way back into the Winnipeg zone. Zanussi back for Winnipeg. Jets lead 3-0. 13 seconds to go on the penalty to Reg Fleming. Winnipeg now up ice. Here's Zanussi. Zanussi right side. Overshoot or undershoots his man. We have an offside. Undershot his right wing that time. The offside results. Only 5 seconds now on the penalty to Reg Fleming. And a few more changes for Chicago. Anderson comes on along with Prosiviet for defense. Horning going off. Larry Cahan going off. Here's Horning, number 5 for Winnipeg. He dumps it into the Chicago zone. McLeod behind his own goal. And the penalty expires. Both teams back to full strength. 3-0 Winnipeg, 18:27 to go in the game. Here's Reg Fleming. A shot, a skate save Winnipeg. A rebound, Fleming. Get a stick on it. Save, Wakely. Almost a rebound that time, and it's for Reg Fleming.
Reggie came out there, played it like the cool old veteran that he is, just waited, snuck in behind, almost got that breakaway, came up with a good shot, got Ernie Wakely way out of the net making that save, a little bit of luck, which is something that the Cougars haven't had around that net. They could have made it 3-1 very easy.
So Jets play host to the
A change coming up for Chicago. Lodvo comes onto the ice along with defenseman Barber and Cahan. Draw comes back to Barber at the point. Butch Barber. Into the corner it goes. Zanussi back for Winnipeg. Gets it around Lodvo. Comes all the way around. Comes out to center ice. Winnipeg. That's Graton. He shoots a 6th save that time by McLeod. Cleared by Chicago. Back to center ice. Dumped right back in. Controlled by Cahan. Over to Barber. Back to center ice. And this is going to be no icing. Wakely takes it, gives to Zanussi behind his own goal. He's got Horning over here. Instead, he gives it to Johnson. Johnson gets around Whitlock. Out to center ice. This is Graton. He almost puts it on goal. It's just to the right. Goes back, comes off to Zanussi. Broken up by the Cougars. Back out to center ice. This is Popeil. Popeil crosses blue line. He drops it back. A shot, Liddington. That was Zazinski, I should say, not Liddington. We got that shot off. And back for Winnipeg is Johnson. Ab McDonald now behind his own goal. Come back to Popeil for Chicago. 17:08 to go in this hockey game. Back to center ice, Larry Horning. He gives to Cuddy. Cuddy dumps it into the corner. McLeod comes out, gives it to Cahan. Cahan behind his own goal. Cahan over to Barber. Barber now loses the puck. Ridden off by Asmundson. He comes out to center ice, controlled by Winnipeg. This is Ash. Ash has it broken up. Back to center ice. Ash breaks it up again. Still a scramble for the puck. Asmundson now controls, and he drops it back to Cuddy. Cuddy into the neutral ice. Cuddy right side. Gets it around Popeil all the way around. McLeod out. Drops it off. Into the corner now to Cahan. Cahan gives center ice to Whitlock. Overshoots him. Broken up by Winnipeg. Dumped right back in. In on McLeod. Whistle blown.
Please turn to page.
And with 16:18 to go in the game, let's take a timeout.
Columbia Tire.
Emil Denemark Cadillac, one of the oldest Cadillac dealerships in the Chicagoland area, at 4646 South Pulaski, invites you to step into the special world of Cadillac 73, the best known and universally respected oil. Join the Cadillac world of driving pleasure and owner satisfaction. Take advantage of the ultimate in Emil Denemark service and sales with a large selection of choice pre-driven quality Cadillacs. Be selective with Emil Denemark Cadillac.
Winnipeg back in its own zone. This is Bob Ash controlling. He's almost ridden off the puck. Taken by Asmundson. Asmundson now. And we get a whistle. And we're going to have a penalty called against Winnipeg. Bill Friday calling a penalty against Winnipeg. It's going to be on Brian Cadle for hooking.
One of those penalties, Cadle could see the boys breaking. And by the way, you're watching
Winnipeg penalty to number 20, Brian Cadle. 2 minutes for holding.
See the boys breaking.
Penalty 4 minutes, 1 second.
Mr. Friday was right there. Could be called interference or hooking.
4:01 of the third period of play with Winnipeg leading 3-0. This is Liddington. He can't center the pass. It's broken up instead by Winnipeg. Comes all the way back, and back to get it for Chicago is for Siviak. Back behind his own goal. Going to set it up. The Cougars playing power play hockey, trailing Winnipeg 3-0. 1:39 to go on the penalty to Cadle. This is Zane. Zane dumps into the corner. Payma back, but instead it comes to Wakely. He gets it around. Zane now has it in the corner. He looks to center. Comes up to the point for Siviak. Cross sights to Whitlock. Whitlock shoots. A stick save and back into the crowd by Ernie Wakely. "15 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Hockey game. The Cougars trailing Winnipeg by a 3-0 score. And don't forget that Bobby Hull is going to be our post-game guest on Cougar Wrap-Up immediately following the game here on Channel 44 in Chicago. Puck comes all the way outside. Now to get it now is McLeod. It comes out trying to get it for Winnipeg is Sutherland. He's ridden off the puck, but still controlled by Winnipeg. Sutherland gets it back. Here's a shot now by Winnipeg, but it's deflected and goes back into the corner. Knocked around, controlled by Rod Zane for Chicago. Rod Zane, one of two players for the Cougars who wears a helmet. He's over the red line. He dumps it back in. We get a whistle. No whistle, I'm sorry, it was a ban. Winnipeg dumps it all the way back out once again. Only 45 seconds to go on the penalty to Cadle. And we've got an icing called against Winnipeg.
On your way home tonight, tune in to radio station CJOB. 680 on your dial.
3-0 Winnipeg with 14:41 to go here in the third period. And there you see 42 seconds left on the penalty to Cadle. And a reminder that the next television game here on Channel 44 will be Wednesday night, November 1st in Boston Arena. That's when the Cougars take on the New England Whalers. They're going to face this one off again. Number 17 for Chicago is Bob Szynski. They'll be facing off against number 7 for Winnipeg, Chris Bordelot, the former Blackhawk. The draw comes back, and it's going to be controlled by Chicago. Broken up back into the corner, a fight for the puck. Reg Fleming tries to get it. It's poked away from Horning. Comes back to Szynski. He has it out to Glenn right at the point. A shot, a score! And so Brian Glenwright puts the Cougars on the scoreboard with a goal here with about 15 minutes to go in the game. And for Glenwright, that's his second goal of the year. The score now Winnipeg 3, Cougars 1. And there's still time to get on the inside for Cougar hockey action. Reserve tickets on sale now in all price ranges for Cougar home games at Ticketron, Sears, Ward, Bond's Downtown Store, and the Amphitheater box office. So act now for its first-come, first-serve basis for the Cougars opening game against Bobby Hull's Winnipeg Jets Tuesday night, October 31st.
And they gave the goal, as I thought, to Reggie Fleming in there. There was a deflection on that. That shot hit Reggie and ticked into the corner. Wakely never had a chance on it.
So Fleming gets the goal, and for Fleming, that's his second goal. Gives him 7 points. He leads the Cougars in that category. Popeil checked hard that time to the ice, but no call. Hard by Steve Cuddy. 3-1 hockey game. 14-0 score!
I think one thing about Popeil, he was hit real hard on that one. Got to his feet, kind of trailed into the play a little bit slowly, just there in time for that miss by Mr. Wakely and the defense score, and he just popped it up over his body. We got a 3-2 hockey game, and right now, this is anybody's hockey game.
Cougars right back in, and of course, this is what they did up in Alberta just a couple of nights ago. They were in there 3-1, came out with a 3-3 tie. This is your Chicago Cougar station, Channel 44, WSNS in Chicago. And there you see a happy Chicago Cougar bench. They have come up with a couple of goals here in the last 2 minutes of play. They're back in this hockey game, trailing only 3-2. Marcel Pronovo behind the bench. Shaw comes back to Winnipeg, controlled by Horning. Sanusi now dumps it in. Right back out to center ice, controlled there by Winnipeg. It was Sanusi, and it's an offside.
Kenny Johnson just a little bit slow getting out. He tried very hard to get in there. Sanusi thought he'd made it before he got that over there. John he dropped on, but those linemen are right on the job.
13:43 to go, third period. Winnipeg dumps into the Chicago zone. Back to get it for Siviat for Chicago. Cougars just a goal down. Plenty of time to go in this hockey game. Comes out to center ice. Reg Fleming down into the corner for Chicago. He's looking back to see who he can center to. Fleming tries to center. Comes out broken up by Sanusi. That's by Chicago. Out to Anderson. Keeps it inside the Winnipeg zone. Fleming takes Sanusi into the board, but Sanusi controls. He gets it out here to McDonald. McDonald now back to center ice. Back to get it Anderson for Chicago. Look out. Anderson back to center. Fans don't like it. He almost caught Swenson, I think it was, with a stick. This is Johnson for Winnipeg, carrying to his corner. Anderson, he shoots. It's to the right of McLeod. Goes back into the corner and out of the rim. 12 minutes, 53 seconds to go in this hockey game. Let's pause for a timeout.
In a recent nationwide survey, independent TV servicemen named one brand of color TV by more than 2-to-1 over the next best brand as needing fewest repairs, Zenith. And they named one brand.
Shoots his man. Taken into the corner by Cahan. He's ridden into the boards hard by Graton. Back to Barber. Barber for the Cougars. And it comes around to Liddington. He can't clear. Knocked down by Barber. Taken up by Liddington. Liddington out to Payma. Payma, left side. He shoots from outside the blue line. It's wide. Comes back to Edmondson. Back to center right. Back to get it for Chicago is Larry Cahan, the captain for the Cougars. 38 years old. Former captain of the Los Angeles Kings. Cahan gives left side to Barber. Out to center ice to Fleming to Zane. Zane now overshoots Payma. Broken up by Winnipeg. Center ice. Payma can't break it up. This is Russo. Russo tries to get through, but it's broken up by the Cougars. Barber controls for the Cougars. 11:44 to go. This is Zane for Chicago. Zane over the red line. Zane over the blue line. He shoots. It's deflected into the corner instead. Asmundson back to get it for Winnipeg. Asmundson controls right in front of his own crease. A dangerous spot. He gets it out to center ice. He gets it out to Russo. Russo has it broken up by Siviat. For Siviat for Chicago. He has it broken up by Cadle. Cadle. It's out to center ice. It's out to Liddington. He shoots from the blue line, but it's broken up by Winnipeg. Back to center ice. And a centering pass for Russo. Overshot. Controlled by Chicago. Comes out here now to Lodbo. Lodbo to Liddington, back to Lodbo. Over the blue line, broken up by Sanusi. Sanusi now. He's got Bertolo. Bertolo, though, has ridden off the puck, and he goes down, but no call. Out to center ice. Zane for Chicago. Cougars down by a goal. Here's Zane. He gives off to Popeil. Back to Anderson. A shot. Almost a goal, but just wide. It's back to Siviat for Chicago. He centers. Almost broken it right in front. They couldn't find it there for a minute. Waiting until they got his glove on it after the puck bounced into the air between Wakely and Sanusi. Almost a goal that time, Ennis.
Sanusi almost tipped that in. Joe's a little aware of that because the other night against Philadelphia, he knocked in the goal himself and put it past the edge of the post, and he almost did the same thing there tonight. Wakely had to be on his toes.
Well, how a hockey game can change. It was all Winnipeg that second period. They got 3 goals in the final 6 minutes and 6 seconds, the second period. But in the first 6 minutes and 1 second of this period, it turned around. The Cougars have come up with 2 goals. They trailed only 3-2. That was Marcel Pronovo on the Cougar bench. Bobby Hull across the ice. Bobby Hull going to be our post-game guest on Cougar wrap-up. Bobby Hull still under the gag grill. There's Bobby Hull looking down. I'm sure he doesn't like the way things have been going here the last few minutes of this hockey game. Here's the face-off to the left of Wakely, controlled by Winnipeg. That's Horn, gets it outside the blue line. That's Anderson to get it for Chicago. He's got Prosiviat. He finds Prosiviat now. Prosiviat gives off to Sasinski. Sasinski, a former Dallas Blackhawk. He gives to Anderson, over to Prosiviat. Prosiviat now centers for Sasinski. It's broken up instead, and Prosiviat gets it back, but he overrides it. It's broken up. It comes back to Prosiviat. Over to Sasinski, into Winnipeg ice. Sasinski tries to center. Broken up. Almost to Lodbo in front, but undershot. Comes into the corner. Winnipeg gets it. That's Sutherland for Winnipeg. Tries to clear it. He does. That's Lodbo for Chicago. Lodbo, number 14. He's being hawked there by Bordelot. It comes into Winnipeg end, and Winnipeg's Zanussi is back to get it behind his own goal. That's Popeil in front. Running for the play to develop. It comes out here to Sutherland. Popeil keeps it inside. Horning now gets it over on the far side to Zanussi. Zanussi has it knocked down by Lodbo. Lodbo tries to put in, has it knocked down. Brought back into Winnipeg ice by Lodbo. Horning back to get it for Winnipeg. Out to Bordelot. Bordelot, a right wing pass over the blue line. One man to beat. He shoots wide to the right side. Scramble for the puck. 17 Zanussi. Centering pass doesn't get out far enough. Broken up by Barber. He's taken to the boards by Sutherland. This is the Cougars now recovering. Far side to Popeil. Popeil broken up by Zanussi. Popeil gets it back into the corner. And we've got a whistle called. And we've got a penalty coming up, and I think it's going to be on Zanussi. And
A little bit of slashing there by... Oh, he was a little off balance, and he just let go.
A quick timeout.
Emil Denemark Cadillac, one of the oldest Cadillac dealerships in the Chicagoland area, at 4646 South Pulaski, invites you to step into the special world of Cadillac 73, the best-known and universally respected automobile. Join the Cadillac world of driving pleasure and owner satisfaction. Take advantage of the ultimate in Emil Denemark service and sales with a large selection of choice pre-driven quality Cadillacs. Be selective with Emil Denemark Cadillac.
Number 4.
That's Jan Popeil in the Cougar penalty box. A double penalty time. Popeil for the Cougars. Zanussi for Winnipeg.
15, Jan Popeil. 2 minutes for Spearing.
Spearing is the call.
Time of the penalties, 10 minutes.
And both teams are equal strength, but a man short. Cougars down 3-2. This is Rizzuto for Winnipeg. And the puck bounced into the crowd. That was Spearing on Popeil. Was that also Spearing on Zanussi? Dennis, did you
I
catch
think
that?
there would be a little bit of slashing. I'm just trying to figure out how you get a 2-minute penalty for Spearing. That's a 5-minute penalty. And somebody must have misunderstood what Mr. Friday said.
We've got 8 minutes and 42 seconds to go in this hockey game. And Winnipeg, here's the crowd. It's probably, what would you guess, Annis, about 4,500 tonight?
Somewhere close to that.
3-2 Winnipeg. Draw comes out over the blue line to center ice, and they want to do it again.
Well, I think it's a kid with a whistle.
It sure is. There it is again. Winnipeg right wing pass, and that was an offside pass. That was a two-line pass, but they overshot it, didn't they?
No, the puck carrier on that, you notice, got over the red line before the puck. That made it an offside. If the puck had gone over the red line first, and he'd cut up to the puck, then it was okay.
That's right. And
all he had to do was break stride.
In the World Hockey Association, you can pass over two lines, provided that puck precedes the receiving player over the red line. So here's the face-off. It comes back to Ash. Ash still controlling for Winnipeg. Winnipeg leading 3-2, 8:23 to go in this hockey game. This is Swenson, and there's a referee's whistle that time.
Bobby Ash didn't see Garth Rizzuto, who didn't show it in the picture, but Bobby Ash carrying the puck down there. All he saw was Swenson, who was keeping pace with him. But over in the far wing, Garth Rizzuto, going like a bat out of you-know-where, just got in ahead of time.
Whitlock facing off against Swenson. Draw controlled by the Cougars. 1:17 to go on the penalties to Popeil and Zanussi. Puck over to the left side. On to the right side. This is Whitlock. Whitlock now tried to get around Ash, but couldn't do it. Controlled now by Cuttle for Winnipeg. Cuttle up center ice for Winnipeg. He shoots from the blue line. A save by McLeod, and back to get the rebound. Cahan for Chicago. Dangerous play that time. This is Cuddy for Winnipeg. Keeps it at center ice. Broken up by Cahan for Chicago. Over to Barber. Barber to Whitlock at center ice. Left wing pass to Reg Fleming. Fleming now comes in. Tries to drop it for Barber. Can't do it. Barber controls for Chicago. Into the corner to Fleming. Fleming now tries to center. He does so to Cahan. He shoots from the blue line. Boy, it was a close shot, but went right over the net off the stick of Ernie Wakely. 27 seconds for the penalties on Popeil and Sanusi. We're going to have a line change coming up. 7:28 to go. Third period. Winnipeg now nursing a 3-2 lead. And don't forget the Chicago Cougars' next telecast here on Channel 44 will be Wednesday, November 1st in the Boston Arena. That's the New England Whalers. Airtime on Channel 44, 6:30. Reg Fleming goes back to the Cougar bench. Fleming, a great reputation in the National Hockey League, played for 6 teams, including the Blackhawks. 3-2 Winnipeg. Draw comes back to Winnipeg. Ash controls behind his own net. Ash comes out right in front of his own net, gives off to McDonald. McDonald tries a right wing pass. It's broken up instead by Glenwright. Glenwright to Rosie Paymont. Paymont now is ridden off the puck. It comes out here to Anderson. Anderson to Glenwright right in front. A save by Wakely. Boy, if only Glenwright could have got more of the stick on, but he had to pull the trigger in a hurry. And there you see the penalties ending to Popeil and Sanusi. Both teams back to equal strength with 7:01 to go in this game, and the Winnipeg Jets still nursing a 3-2 lead. Again, we've got a change in line. Both teams now at full strength.
Jets little careless there. Again, it shows you what happened. Where they're only going with 4 defensemen. With Zusi in the penalty box, you had a strange pair in there between Horning and Ash. They kind of miscued on that and almost gave up a goal.
Chicago controls the draw. This is Prosiviat over to Anderson. Center ice to Liddington. Broken up by Winnipeg. That's Breton. Breton taking the ice by Lodbo. And no penalty. No call by Friday. A centering pass to Breton. He shoots. Broken up that time nicely by Cahan. Out in front again. Breton. He tries again to shoot. Broken up by Anderson. He comes into the corner to Szynski. Szynski around his own net to Prosiviat. Prosiviat into the corner. Taken up there, and Prosiviat keeps the puck. He's over his blue line. He tries to get around Sanusi. He can't do it. Sanusi breaks it up. Here's Johnson. Danny Johnson all alone. A shot over the net. Off the glove of McLeod. A save that time. Almost a breakaway. This is Sanusi at center ice. Overrides the puck. He's got it again. Sanusi back at center ice. 3-2. 5:54 to go in the hockey game. This is Szynski. Szynski now ridden into the boards. Out to Cahan. He shoots. He's the second. It's a 2-on-1 now. Danny Johnson, right side. A shot. A save by McLeod.
Well, it's been a wild 3 or 4 minutes, but both clubs are opening up. The Cougars put quite a bit of pressure on, but again, on trying to get that catch-up goal, they're leaving the openings for the Jets.
That was Horning who got that shot in that 2-on-1. Once again, Bobby Hull going to be our game guest. Only 5:40 to go in this game, and the Winnipeg Jets lead 3-2. Face off to the left of McLeod. Back to get it, Barber for Chicago. He's ridden into the boards. Whitlock taken away now by Winnipeg. Centering pass to some, can't control. Here's Bowden. A shot. A save. Right behind to the right of McLeod. Boy, almost point-blank range. The Cougars clear the puck. And there's going to be icing here on Chicago. Well, they had no choice that
Gateway
time.
Power Products will be awarding a 1973 Starcraft 12-foot aluminum boat and a 1973 Evinrude 6-horsepower motor at the end of the season. Be sure to reserve the coupon.
Still time to get on the inside for exciting Cougar hockey action in Chicago. Reserve tickets on sale now in all price ranges for Cougar home games at Ticketron, Sears, Ward's, Bonds Downtown Store, and the Amphitheater box office. That's for the next home game, their first home game, Tuesday at the Amphitheater. They play these same Winnipeg Jets. Tied up now is Barber and Bordelot behind the Chicago goal. We're going to have a face-off. 5:11 to go in this hockey game. Winnipeg leading 3-2. Winnipeg getting their 3 goals in the final 6 minutes and 6 seconds of the second period. Chicago getting its 2 goals in the first 6 minutes and 1 second of this final period. Chicago's Reg Fleming now, ridden off the puck. Barber back to get it, so is Fleming. Fleming gets it out to Lachette. Lachette over to Fleming. Fleming at center ice. Fleming controls for Chicago over the blue line. Right side to Cahan. Cahan shoots. It's up to the right side and out of the ring.
Bobby Ash just got the stick on there. Larry Cahan had a real chance. You know, that old pair of Cahan Fleming have been around quite a while. They've made a great play in there. Bobby Ash doesn't get a stick up just in time. Mr. Wakely was going to be tested.
And there's the story of this hockey game, a tight hockey game. The Cougars have been in just about every game except one. That was a 6-2 game in Ottawa. Other than that, they've been in the thick of every game, and they're right in the middle of this one with 5:10 to go. Face-off is going to be to the left of Ernie Wakely. Rod Zane, number 8, that's the helmet, skating around in the face-off circle. Number 10, the save for Winnipeg, is Bill Sutherland. He's 37 years old. And you don't want to forget the Chicago White Sox are going to be here on Channel 44 next season. 135 games. There's the there's Bill Friday over there with the cap, the Cougars, number 5. Larry Cahan, that's Rosie Payma wearing number 9.
I think they're having a little clock problem in there. I thought I saw the clock hitch a couple of times, and this is what Bill Friday's over there checking. There could be a possibility there is something wrong happened with the clock. I notice he's checking the time, and maybe the timekeeper is busy watching the game, beginning to turn the clock on or off. But in the meantime, back to action with 5:10 left.
Well, that could only work to Chicago's advantage to have that clock stopped a few times, because the Cougars only have 5 minutes and 10 seconds to make up a 1-goal deficit. Here's Zane against Bordlow. Draw comes off to Winnipeg. Controlled by Ash around to the far side. It comes out to Bordlow. Bordlow at center ice. Roar goes up. Bordlow dumps it in on McLeod. Just to the right side. Taken up by Anderson of Chicago. Anderson controls. Right around in front of his own goal. Gets it out to the far side to Fleming. Now to Zane. Zane over the line. He shoots. Broken up instead by Cuddy. Cuddy knocks Zane away. Gets the puck. Both players ridden to the boards. Comes out to Anderson. He shoots. A glove save by Wakely. Well, the Cougars now are starting to put the pressure to Winnipeg in the third period. It's almost like the latter stages of the first period.
Looks like a penalty coming up. I didn't catch who it's on, but I think it's on the Winnipeg Jets. Yep, looks like Steve Cuddy for tripping.
Well, with 41 to go in this hockey game, the Cougars are going to have a man advantage. Cuddy, wearing number 6 for Winnipeg, goes to the penalty box right behind him, Bobby Hull.
Winnipeg penalty.
And there's the story once again.
Steve Cuddy, 2 minutes for tripping.
Cougar is going to play power play hockey for the next 2 minutes of this hockey game. A victory would move the Cougars out of the cellar. They have sole possession of the cellar right now. A tie wouldn't do it. But the Cougars are unbeaten in their last 2 games, and they're trying to get some momentum going here into Chicago. That's number 17, Danny Johnson, over at the Winnipeg bench, along with Bill Friday wearing number 1. They don't wear the red and black here. The referees do not, that is. They wear red and blue stripes. And also, you'll notice that red stripe down the side of Friday's trousers. They're also going to try using a blue puck, but I understand they haven't got that puck perfected yet, Ennis.
No, they've first few times that we've been and they just haven't got the right. We're working on it. We understand we should be getting a good supply in a week or so.
Bordlow going to face off against Whitlock for Chicago. Winnipeg controls the score. This is Bordlow for Winnipeg. Left side to McDonald. McDonald, one man to beat. He shoots. A 6 save by McLeod. Into the corner. Taken there by Whitlock. He gives off to Zane. Zane right wing overshoots Payma. A scramble now into the Chicago Winnipeg zone. Taken off by Horning for Winnipeg. That's Liddington on him. Ridden off Payma. Zane now tries to get it. And they scramble. It's going to be a face-off right to the right of Ernie Wakely. 1:35 to go in the penalty to Steve Cuddy. Cougars playing power play hockey. 4:16 to go in the period. 4:16 to go in the game, as a matter of fact. And Winnipeg still nursing a 3-2 lead. Number 7 there, skating around, bent over in white, is Chris Bordlow, the former Blackhawk, the former line mate of Bobby Hull. Cougars now change line. This is Whitlock, who's always in, or just about always on power plays, facing off against Bordlow. Once again, Winnipeg controls. Jarville comes out to the point. Chicago gets a shot. Comes to Whitlock out in front. Horning deflects away. Payma backhander is wide. Into the corner it comes. Horning now tries to get it to Winnipeg. Whitlock takes him against the boards. We're going to have a face-off. Ernie Wakely under a lot of pressure. 1:17 to go now in the penalty to Cuddy. Or to Cuddy, I should say. Cuddy and Cadle. Cuddy's in the penalty box. Steve Cuddy. And a few minutes from now, right after this hockey game, we're going to be talking with Bobby Hull on Cougar Wrap-Up. Face-off now. Comes out here to Lachette at the point. Lachette dumps it in. There's Payma. Gordlow gets it for Winnipeg. Out to center right. This is McDonald. McDonald has it taken away from him. Payma now for Chicago. Goes there, Payma. Over to Whitlock. Back to Payma. Broken up. Back to Whitlock. Back to Payma. Out to Blanchette. Blanchette controls inside the blue line. Gets to the point. Shot for Siviak. Save Wakely. So Siviak from the point. Almost beat Wakely.
He just got a skate on that one. That was going for the far corner. He got that skate out just in time.
49 seconds to go in the penalty to Cuddy. 3:30 to go in the hockey game. Still Winnipeg leads 3-2. And coming onto the ice for the Cougars, Sinski, Lodbo, and Popeil. Blanchett's going to stay on the power play. Whitlock, Fleming coming off. Gordlow stays on with the penalty killers along with Ab McDonald, Horning, and Zanussi.
Well, he's saving those big guns of his for that last minute of play when they pull the goalie if they don't tie it up here. I think we're going to see 6 on and try and get a face-off down that jet end if they don't tie it up here. And you've got to save that Whitlock and Fleming and some of the others for that final drive.
This is Szynski. Szynski in the corner, looking for Lodbo. Comes all the way to the point. This is Whitlock, a shot! Just wide. Whitlock, the hardest shot on the Cougars. We got a penalty or a whistle here by Friday.
He felt that one had hit a board somewhere and still went out of play.
I didn't see that. We're going to have a face-off, and we've got 35 seconds to go now on the penalty to Cuddy. Don't forget the Cougars' next telecast here on 44 Wednesday, November 1st from Boston. New England Whalers at 6:30. 29 seconds to go in the penalty to Cuddy. This is Prosiviat for Chicago at neutral's ice. Prosiviat carries over the blue line into the corner. Tries to get around Bordelot. Wakely comes out of the net. This is Popeil for Chicago. He's got Whitlock at the point. He has Lodbo. A shot. A save. Wakely now dives on the puck.
Oh, that was a great chance the Cougars had there, and only some very alert play. I thought it was out of reach for a minute, and I don't know how he propelled himself along the ice. He crawled like a snake when he hit that puck to be concluded to it. That would have been a tight ball game.
That's been the story for the Cougars most of this early season. That's the fact that they have been getting their shots. They just have not been scoring too much. Number 17, been over there, is Bob Szynski for Chicago. Facing off for Winnipeg is Chris Bordelot. Draw comes back to the point. Shot to hand right on goal. Saved by Wakely. Drops it off to Horning. Comes over far side at McDonald. Intercepted by Szynski. Out to Lodbo. Couldn't get it there in time. Broken up by Horning. Penalty's over. Both sides at equal strength. This is Bordelot. Broken up by Szynski for Chicago. Szynski now control. Takes it to center ice. Both teams at equal strength. 2:31 to go in this hockey game. Back to the corner. Zanussi to get it for Winnipeg. Zanussi gets it around Popeil. Broken up by Szynski. Taken there by Sutherland. Up against the boards. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Ernie Wakely. 16 is Jean-Guy Gratin. Number 7 there with his back to you. That's Chris Bordelot. Bobby Hull's former line mate. And of course they hope to be reunited next week in Chicago when the Jets are in Chicago to take on the Cougars Tuesday night.
You might have seen Billy Sutherland skating alongside of Bill Friday filling his ear. He felt that he was stripped at the Jet blue line. But Friday standing right there and little tape going on.
Here's Chris Bordelot. Here comes Szynski, a former Dallas Blackhawk. The draw comes back to Pike. Fought for a shot. Missing that time with Lodbo. Scramble board to the right of, to the left of Wakely. He traps it up against the net and it's getting a little rough down there.
Well, you know, on that play, Wakely had no idea at all where the puck was. It was in his pads, and only after one of the Cougars came after him did he realize he did have the puck. I saw him looking around. Where did it go? He didn't know it, but he had the pads. That could have been 3-3.
there's the story. Cougars only 2:11 to get back in the game, or to tie things up, I should say. They're in the hockey game right now. And Reg Fleming going back to talk with his goalie. We're going to have to keep an eye on that Cougars goal to see if they're going to take McLeod out of there and put an extra skater onto the ice. They still have plenty of time. There you see the back of Jim McLeod, former St. Louis Blue. Actually, it was with the Blackhawks during the Stanley Cup playoffs a couple of years ago, but did not play. That was, I believe, the injury to Jerry Desjardins. But he did not play. He just suited up.
And an argument going on. Bill Friday ruled that the last Chicago replacement there was illegal, and he's forcing the nephew, Butch Barber, to come back on and making Dick Russovitz go on. Friday does have the last word. Reggie Fleming is discussing the situation with him. Friday, let's get on with the game.
Face off to the left of Wakely. Whitlock against Settle, and the draw comes to Reggie Fleming. He takes a quick shot, but it's wide. Goes far side to Bowden. Bowden ridden off by Pema. Pema gets it for Chicago. Drops it back to Barber. Barber gets it broken up by Boydlow. Boydlow controls. Right side. A shot by Bowden. But a save by McLeod. Taken by the Cougars. On the far side is Barber. Barber at center ice. Almost tripped in the play, but not quite. Taken to Winnipeg and dumped right back. And this one, I don't think it's going to be icing. No, it is. They did. The puck had gone over the blue line, so you cannot ice the puck even when you're short-handed. They're going to bring it back all the way to the right of Ernie Wakely and face it off there. Only 1:41 to go now, and the Cougars still a goal down. Whitlock will face off with the Cougars. He's number 15, standing to the left of the linesman. Getting into your picture on the right side of the linesman is Chris Boydlow. Boydlow scored tonight. He's the leading scorer on the Jets. 9 goals, 4 assists, a total of 13 points. And there's Jim McLeod in the goal for the Cougars. And a few more seconds and he may be getting out of there as the Cougars try to put a sixth skater onto the ice. They need a goal here bad. Draw comes to the Cougars. A quick shot by Popeil. Broken out. A glove save by Wakely. Backhander that time by Popeil. Almost caught Wakely by surprise. Wakely doing a fantastic job in goal for Winnipeg. Here's the draw. Comes all the way to Lodbo. Lodbo tries to center, but it's broken up. Bourdalow now clears it for Winnipeg. Out to Whitlock at center ice. Gives it to Korsiviat. He dumps it back in and out of the ice rink. 1:25 to go in the game. And there you see a very anxious Cougar bench. That's Marcel Fronavo marching up and down behind the bench. All the Cougars now up on their feet. They're unbeaten in their last 2 games. Whitlock now for the Cougars to Korsiviat at center ice. This is Stasinski. He tries to center for Popeil, but overshoots him into the corner of Zanussi. Back for Winnipeg. But it's taken by the Cougars. And Bourdalow gets it outside the blue line back to center ice. That's Whitlock. He gets it out here to the stick of Winnipeg Sutherland. Sutherland to Bowden. Bowden tries to get around the defensive Chicago. Can't do it. About 4 minutes to go in the game. McLeod's still in goal for Chicago, but he's going to leave any minute. That's Korsiviat skating around the goal for Chicago center ice. Korsiviat with the puck. He's ridden off. Taken by Popeil. Popeil goes down, but no call. Gets all the way back into Chicago. 43 seconds to go in this hockey game. That's Bowden for Winnipeg. Whitlock for Chicago. Into the corner. Comes out to Stasinski. Stasinski now. Right side to Lodbo. Lodbo. Here comes the McLeod out of there. A 6th skater for Chicago. Empty net for Chicago. Holden gets it for Winnipeg. That was Norm Bowden, not Sutherland. Number 11, Norm Bowden. The empty net score. And that just about rounds up this hockey game for Winnipeg.
I was going to say there was a perfect example of that two-line rule in there. When Horning gave the pass, it went across the red line, and under normal conditions in the National Hockey League, that would have been an offside when Bowden got it. But under the rules in the WHA, Bowden caught up to the puck because the puck preceded him to the red line, and then he was able to walk in and put it in the empty net. Reggie Fleming arguing the point there for a while with Friday. that pressure of having that extra man down with a face-off in their own end.
Only 19 seconds to go. Chicago has the puck. This is Anderson for the Cougars. Only 14 minutes to go in the game. Pursuit left side, broken up by Zanussi for Winnipeg. Coming into Chicago zone, this is Zanussi. He tries to clear it. Good point. Kick save by McLeod. 2 seconds, 1 second. And the Winnipeg Jets have their best victory of the year. They take over first place in the Western Division. Temporarily, depending on what Alberta does tonight in their game.
32.
And now we've got an argument going on. Anderson coming out with the steal on Friday. Dennis, any idea what this is about?
Well, towards the end of the finish, Anderson kind of gave a little shot to one of the Jets. And almost retaliated. Anderson looking for a bit of an argument on the play, but cooler heads prevailed. And I see the boys going around shaking hands with each other. Some of the Milt Black, former Dallas Blackhawk himself, who was a Dallas Blackhawk too. So now that the game's over, bad feelings gone.
And it's a very interesting hockey game. They played a scoreless first period, only 3 penalties in the period. The Cougars getting a lot of pressure on Ernie Wakely in that game. Here we've got the star of the game. They're going to announce several stars. One of them, Ernie Wakely. No disputing that, of course.
Number 5,
Larry Horning, the captain of this, not the captain, I'm sorry, but the outstanding defenseman of Winnipeg. And Jim McLeod for Chicago takes the bow. McLeod also having an outstanding game.
Well, one of the breweries here has a 3-star selection, and the boys get themselves a nice memento of being picked. It was Ernie Wakely was picked the outstanding star because I think he kept us in the hockey game. Horning number 2, and Jim McLeod, who I thought came up with a great game, was a number 3 star.
I was saying they played a scoreless first period, but then with about 6 minutes to go in the second period, Winnipeg started to break the game open. Larry Black scoring, or Milt Black scoring the first goal for Winnipeg. 3 minutes later, it was Bowden for Winnipeg. And then about 2 minutes after that, Garth Rizzuto as Winnipeg took a 3-0 lead. But the Cougars got back into it early in the third period, had goals by Fleming and Popeil. But then with 20 seconds to go in the empty net goal, Winnipeg went to score at 2. And executive producer for the Chicago Cougars has been Peter Strand. The telecast tonight produced by Dudley Freeman, directed by Art Ludwig, the studio director Al Lerner. Our technical supervisor tonight has been Charlie Abney. Assisting me tonight, Anna Stukas, the general manager of the Winnipeg Jets. Join us on Wednesday night, November 1st from Boston. That's when the Cougars take on the New England Whalers at 6:30 Chicago time. And don't forget, coming up next, we'll be talking with Bobby Hull on Cougar Wrap-Up. So for right now, that's it from Winnipeg.